Hey, how you doing? We're going to be playing some Transport Fever 2. Seen a recent post on how do you get your bus lines to make money. So we are going to set that up. Let's go. Gonna have a temperate world. Tons of forest, tons of water, tons of hills. We want it very large. So this all looks good. Okay, and as you can see, I only have the one mod on, which is just allowing retaining walls. I'm going to start in the year 2000. I want to start in hard. I'm really not a big fan of all the changes, so I'm just going to start there. Although it's easy to get a bus line making money even from the early days. It's the same model, and that's really you have a bus line in your town, whichever is your main town, but then your largest city, or if you have a few large cities together, that's where you're going to make the most of your money. Okay, it's finally loaded. First thing we're going to do is press pause. We have a number of windows to sort of look at. Okay, I find the contour lines layer is really important because that kind of tells you when you're building new roads to connect towns, whether an area is good or bad. So if we had to deal in this area, for instance, that would be more problematic. This area as well, possibly. These areas not so much, although this area, yes. Okay, and so just something to keep in mind. Again, navigate the waters. I'm not really dealing with boats. Okay, the residential versus commercial versus industrial. That's later on. I deal with that. The speed limits, this is good for both road as well as rail traffic, I find, because it'll allow you to know if you need to widen a road, which I find I like to do at the very beginning. Destination layers, this kind of tells you how many people are going between cities. And again, very important to note, you'll see we already have a high amount of people going between Des Moines and Palm Bay, so that might be areas we sort of check out. Cargo layer, again, we'll worry about later. Station layers, whether they're overloaded or not, that's something else we want to keep in mind. Street traffic, again, something else we want to keep in mind. And emissions, sounds bad, but I don't really worry about that. So first thing we need to do, lines, we have none. Vehicles, we have none. Stations, we have none. Towns, now this is where we're going to click on size, and we're going to find Lowell. This is our biggest city. It has two goods which take a while to produce. And again, if you really want your town to boom, that's something you want to look at. So while I'm tempted to go into this town, especially when looking at this, it's on the water. There's a couple towns nearby which I could easily link up with. And especially, I think there's already a road between Lowell and Palm Bay. Let's see what else we have. West Covina is the next town, and again, it's a little bit far, so connecting those two might not be that likely right from the beginning. Hollywood's the next one, so again, right away I have sort of hey, these are two towns which I connect with a bridge over here, or maybe here and then across, and that'll start raking in a lot of money. So those are definitely areas, and then Beaumont, which again is somewhat in the area. I don't know if that connects. Yeah, so we could easily connect it to Oklahoma maybe, and go from there, and then build another bridge over there. And then our fifth one, Olathe, and it's here. So the best looking area is probably here. Plus we have some smaller villages we could connect to up here. So in terms of where to build, we're probably going to build in this area. Again, let's check out Hollywood. Hollywood has bread, and let me see if there's any bread in the area. Yes. So definitely I'm going to use Hollywood as a base. Because not only can I make it boom, and which of course more people, more business, more money means more revenue for my lines. Okay, so definitely a great place to set up. And we already have an area somewhat located to downtown. Now I'd have to destroy some buildings, so I don't want to do that. Um, but definitely I can build a couple things nearby, which will help. I might actually use this road here. So let's start by building our road line. So I'm going to find a terminal, or a road depot, I mean. And I'm going to build that. I don't want to take that out. So I might just have it where it's... Yeah, I'm going to put it there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to place my thing there, and then I do want some form of bus station nearby. I may make it opposite that. The problem with that is this area is going to build up, and if I do that, okay, it does service there. Kind of want it to service downtown. Actually, this service is downtown. This might be a better area to do. Okay, let me try there. And again, you might say, who cares, just place it wherever. No, putting it in the right spot is very important. Okay, I've decided here because this way it does connect to the center of town. Yeah, so I've decided to put it here. This way it connects to the center of Hollywood. Okay, and that allows me to expand it. So there's my bus. Now this is going to cause problems, but eventually I have enough money I can just link it there. And so I have my main bus terminal. So first thing I'm going to want to do is put a bus line around Hollywood. Now realize this line realistically is not going to make you that much money. But let's put our bus stops and start from there. So I already know I'm starting here, and so that sort of hits the center of the town. And I might decide to make it sort of a ring road line. I haven't decided yet. Yeah. Let's do that. We're going to want urban. Eventually this is going to be a 3-laner. So, and you might say, well, that's rather dumb doing it now. No, you want to do it before houses build in, and then you have to destroy them or big buildings and make them bigger. So I'm going to set that up. Make sure that's urban. Again, I start off with 50 million. I want to pay that off as soon as possible. This is kind of messy here. And so I'm gonna... Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. And then I do want to make it so that it is all the way to the station. That's going to cost me a lot. Okay. Okay, and might as well keep going. I don't think I'm going to do that. That's going to cost me too much money. What I might do instead is make like a ring road. Yeah, that works a little bit better, and is a lot less expensive than the other option would have been. There we go. Okay. So I have my ring road. That way I don't have to worry about problems, because one of the things you're going to see right off the bat is if you don't have good infrastructure, you're going to have problems. Okay, so this links up to there. I think I'll put one there. I'll put one there. I'll put a stop there. And there. And then let's make my first bus line. So new line. I'm going to call it, what's the city called? Hollywood. So city Hollywood 1. And I'm going to put new stations. So there's my first. There's my second. There's my third. There's my fourth. There's my fifth. And yeah. Okay. And then from there, obviously, I'm going to need buses. What's going on? I'm going to buy vehicles. I usually like to organize them like this. Now, right at the very beginning, I find, at least in the year 2000, this is your best bang for buck. If you look at all of them, you'll see some with more, but what you want to do is find your least cost, keeping in mind you want to have high capacity, but you can always buy more buses. Okay, realistically, if you look at this, this is a capacity of 15. The highest capacity you have here is 19, and that's almost double the price. Okay, and so you're better off, because realistically, 15, 19, you're not going to have to worry about, hey, I could get 19 on there. You're better off just going with that bus. Now, eventually, and I know you could duplicate it. That's one thing where if you want to keep the same bus, there is sort of a, I call it a cheat, but it's not really, because it's part of the rules. You can duplicate this bus even when it gets old, so you can always use that bus. Although I never do that, but still. Once this bus goes, then the next best bus is this one. After 2000, I find, in terms of bang for buck. The only issue with that one is 13, and then eventually you'll get another option, which is an E-bus, which works really well. But anyways, enough of me yapping about this. Let's get this bus. We're going to assign it to City Hollywood. Now, do realize, right from the get-go, this bus is going to be making you money. This is not how you make your money in this game. Eventually it is, but right at the very beginning it's not. What you do want to do, though, is connect your two largest cities. Now, usually I would put a bus stop here and then just go there. But the problem with that is this is a major city. It already has big buildings. I don't want to extend it any more than I have to. And so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to look at a way of where do I want to put the station. Okay, I'm looking, they're building a road out here. This is where I'm going to come into this town. So what I'm going to do is I figure I will just build a 3-lane road that will eventually be a ring road here. And now where am I going to build the bus stop? I might just build it there. So I'll build the, and again, usually, I build a bus stop, but in this case, I'm just building a station. And again, I want it as far as possible. So there we go. And I'm going to build a new line. We're going to call this ICE, which stands for Intercity Express. It's what they use in Germany. It's actually the term they use in Germany for their Intercity Express trains. And that's why I've referred to it as that. How I denote it, because if you've looked at some of my other videos, I literally have like 50 of these and another 50 bus lines plus a ton of different supplies and everything like that. I call it ICE 01 Hollywood to Lowell. And so I got that, and then I need to put my stations. So I'm going to put my station here. And then I'm going to put my second station in Lowell. Okay. Now it says I can't connect. Oh, I haven't connected those. Yeah, that'll be a problem. So let's build our bridge, shall we? I think I'll build it across here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to set that up. Make sure it's country. That way I don't pay as much for things. Let me see about getting rid of that curve. And I'm going to, there we go. I guess that's how it wants it to be done. And then I'm going to put it up, usually I put it up 3. I find that's good enough. 3 to 5 in terms of aesthetics. Okay. Again, you want to click on this bridge just to make sure that you're not making it slow. You want to have it at least 180 kilometers an hour so that when you get buses that are going 100 kilometers an hour and lots of traffic, you have that option. You don't need it larger. For trains you will, but for this you don't. So I have that, and then I'll want to curve it, and let's go down. So we go down. Yeah, that's about good. And then from there, we're going to just straight. Oops. Maybe it doesn't look good straight. Let's try this. I don't want it taking out the trees. That's why I'm backtracking it, because if it takes out the trees, it takes longer. And, yeah, that's good. And let's clean this up a bit. There we go. And let's make a country road to attach this. Not that it's doing anything now anyways. Good enough. Okay. So we finally have a connection. Let's go here. We're going to buy another vehicle. We're going to buy our GM Garbage Motors, General Motors, sorry. If you've ever had a car product which didn't work on you, well, you will understand my, ooh, where'd that go? Sorry about that. If you've ever had a car product that has not worked, you'll understand my reference for that. Okay, so there we go. So we have my link, and then I'm also going to have a city line in here because, as you can see, this doesn't service the main downtown core, and I could easily put some bus stops around. I may actually want to link it here. Let's see how I'm able to do that. So I got my first bus, so this bus will go there. So I'll probably want it to hook here. Okay, so my first bus stop links all that. My second one will link all that. My third one, yeah, see, I'm going to miss some buildings, I think. Let's try it anyways. Okay. So we're good for there. That cost me a little more than I would want. Okay, and then let's link that up. Oops. Don't want such a large curve. Okay. And so let's put the rest of those bus stops. So I have my second one here. My third one will go here. Fourth one here, because I want to make sure I get as much of this as possible. There. And then, yeah. Okay. And so let's do my city line. Again, city lines right at the very beginning are not going to make you money, but by having city lines, you can get more people to your inner city express lines, which is why you do that. So I'm going to make a new line. We're going to call this City Lowell 1. And in case you're wondering why I say Lowell 1, it's because eventually when the city grows, the city will grow out. Then I put more city lines in there. Okay. So we have our new line. Let's click on it. Let's add some stations. And anytime it auto-saves, it's not going to recognize right away. So I got my 1, I got my 2, I have my 3, my 4, my 5, and I'm in. Excellent. And then from there, it's just to build. Now you might say, hey, why don't we build a depot somewhere else? That costs you a lot of money. You don't want to do that. Okay. So, and I keep making the same mistake. Let's click on this. Let's buy a vehicle. We're going to buy a GM fishbowl. We're going to stick that on City Lowell. Okay. Now, a couple other things we're going to do. As I said before, we want to make sure that our city is growing. So we need to go to our screen, and there's a number of different things. You can see land use. You can see industrial and commercials here. So this is probably where the two goods that the city wants are going to need to be. So this is probably where you're going to put your freight station. But anyways, again, other options, you can see the traffic in here. Okay, which again is good to note because sometimes you get problems. And then as you can see, your bread is here. And so that might mean that putting a freight truck unload stop. And I know you might be sitting there going, how do I have an unload stop? I don't even have stuff to put in yet. Okay. Again, one of the problems with this is you're not going to be able to hit everything. So you might want a few places. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully have the things come in from wherever is it? Yeah, here. So I can actually just have a road going straight there. Okay. So what I'm gonna have it do. Okay, I want to make sure I don't miss any. Okay, so there's my first freight stop, and that hits up to there. Again, I think I'm going to miss a few places, but it is what it is. No, okay. I'll hit a second one there. Yeah, I'll hit a third one there. And again, do you need as many freight? Do you need to make sure you hit all of them? Honestly, I don't know. I figure I might as well. And you might say, well, where does it matter with that last one? It's just because, again, I'm expecting the city to grow, and so if more places go out here, I want to hit as many of those as possible before I'm out of range. Okay. So I have my setup for my freight line. What I then need to make sure is, and I haven't quite decided which bread place I'm going to use for my first one. Let's get a road going there first, shall we? So I got my county road, and yeah, I might just have it link up. Okay. Okay. I think I'll do that. So I have my road there, and yeah, I think I'll use this one over here. It's kind of set off. One of the things you don't want to do is set up industry very close to the town, which you might need to. Again, realistically, I don't know how this town is going to evolve, and so it might evolve around here, and then you might find your area in the way. So I'm going to set it up, my first one here. So let me set up my truck station here. And again, I want to be as close to it as possible. Okay. So around here is probably best. Again, let me take the layers off. Okay. That way I'm better able to see when it's highlighted and when it's not. Okay. So I'm thinking there for my actual bread. And then for the actual... Actually, let me put it... Yeah, let me put it on this side. Same side as the farm. Okay. Okay, and let's set it up in terms of our... And in case you're wondering, by the way, I know somebody asked a question about this once before. Can you set up a town without having to deal with industry? Yes. I can make a video on that. It takes a while, depends on your setup, but it can take up to half an hour with you running at max speed. But definitely you can be starting to make a profit. I strongly advise you not to do that. Having industry build your town is the best way to go, but if you don't want to deal with the freight aspects of it, or if you find it complicated, or whatever the course might be, yeah, you don't have to worry about that. So let's go back to our building. Let's buy some vehicles. Oh, I clicked on the actual thing. So we're going to buy some cargo vehicles now. Now again, we're dealing with bread. We got one here that'll deal with bread. That's 510. Again, let's just check to make sure. What are we dealing with? We're dealing with bread and we're dealing with wheat. So make sure that we have a... So we're going to buy... So this one deals with bread only, so we may not want to do this. This does all cargo. Again, I'm looking at my prices. This is 510. This is 413. So right away I'm interested in this one. You might say, hey, this has 4 more. It's 4. Okay, it's not really worth it. This one's bread and wheat. That's 340. Now again, that's 3 less, but still huge difference in the price. I believe that's the one I've used before in the year 2000. Sorry, all of a sudden I have to hiccup or cough or something there. And then these ones are just, yeah, we'll worry about that later. These are for really big hauls, if at that. So I'm going to deal with this. For now, I'm only going to deal, again, I need to take my bread, my wheat to make it into bread, and then the bread to the city. So I'm only going to deal with 2 because, again, I'm starting off right now. Okay. So I'm going to buy those. I have those. I'm going to make my lines. So let's make a new line. We're going to call it wheat 1. Okay, and usually I do what city it revolves around. Or I might do that after. But let's just call it wheat 01. Okay. And I'm going to click on stations. Oops. So there's my first station, and there is my second one. Excellent. Okay. And then I have a second line. I'm going to call this final bread. And then which city is it going to? Hollywood. I'm going to call that 01 because I probably have other bread areas coming in. I might make this my sort of central city that I'm going to build everything off of. So I got that, and then I need to say where that line is going to be. So I have it go from here, and it's going to... Now, I've never done multiple freight areas, so this might not work. This might be... Somebody might be looking at this going, you're doing it all wrong. But we're going to sort of walk through it and see, did it work? Okay, and so I have it delivering to all 4 places of the city. Now what I need to do is make sure my vehicles, I keep clicking on that road vehicle, it must like me. So this one's going to go to my wheat line, and then this one is going to go to my final bread line. Okay, so my city is good to go, and right away you're going to see, I'm going to put it on max, and I'm just going to let it run. Okay. And you're going to see that right off the bat, well, I'm not making any money as they go to the different locations, okay? And again, my money maker, what should be what's known as a cash cow, should be this one. So I'm going to sort of focus in on that one. Let's go to the actual bus. And right off the bat, you're going to see it's not really going to pick up anything, okay? Again, right now we're in Hollywood, and we're going to be going to Lowell, and as you can see, there's nobody on board, okay? And that's because a number of the citizens who take the local routes haven't boarded it yet, okay? But anyhow, I can sort of check on that later. Again, this area I'm going to want to increase, and again, another reason why I didn't put a bread facility here, I might get rid of this. This might not be, or I might get rid of part of it. This is probably not going to be enough room to put in a 3-lane road. Okay. So anyways, this is how you determine, and one of the things I find when people are playing this game that they make a mistake on is they'll see, oh, I have 15 out of 15, I better get another bus. No. Are you making money? So right off the bat, I'm not making money. But again, this takes time. Okay, and you'll find that some lines right off the bat are not going to make you any money. Okay, as you can see, the first thing that's going to be making me money is my cargo lines. Okay, your transport city lines will take a few years. Okay, but it's nice to see that I am actually raking in some profits. And one of the things I might want to do is start paying off my debt now. So I'm going to, as you can see, my loan amount, because you start off with the loan, I'm going to pay off about 10 million of that so that my interest payments will be less. Okay? Kind of want to pay off another 10 million right now, but let me start making money and I'll worry about that. Okay? Here I'm able to check on the conditions of my buses. Right now they're all new, or of my transport, and so I don't really have to worry about that. In terms of cargo overloads, I already have an overload here. Okay, so one of the things, in order to deal with that, I might want to configure it. Okay, for cargo, and I'm gonna make more cargo. And realistically, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to start buying more trucks because this is my cash cow right now. Okay, but I'm just going to be watching that. And as you can see, this is skyrocketing. I better get on that now. Okay, and I think I can get away with buying another 2 of these trucks. And I'm going to put those both on my wheat line. And again, I really don't care. I'm not doing trains. Okay. Now again, there's ways of manipulating this, but right now I just want to see, is this still skyrocketing in price? In numbers. Okay, and so as you can see, my wheat line, and eventually they'll get stuffed, and then I'll start having what's known as stockouts. And again, you might say, no, stocking out is when I have nothing. No, stocking out also is when I have no room. If you look at it from an opportunity cost perspective, do you have enough storage? And if I don't have enough, okay, so this is going to be the key. I was at 105 when I bought these 2 trucks. Okay, so they're picking up a bunch of wheat. And I'm at 110, so I still definitely need more trucks, assuming I'm making money, which I'm making a ton of money. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to put another 2 trucks on there. I like to buy in sets of 2 because I find that you buy one, if you know you need one, you get a second one, but if you buy too many. Okay, so as you can see, I'm already having traffic gridlock here. I'm going to need to expand this road because that also might be impacting whether my lines are doing well or not. So I'm going to do this. It's going to tell me one field is being removed. So right off the bat, I got a problem. I'm going to want to pause it. I'm going to want to destroy this field. And then destroy this road, and then put in the road. I might need to use this. Yeah, it's still giving me a problem with that. Let's put that in. Okay, hopefully that's enough of a grid to allow this. And then from there, I put that all the way through. And that should be good. Let's put it on max again. Okay, and so that gives me my 3 lanes. Let's check near Lowell. Again, no real concerns. It starts bunching up over here. So yeah, definitely I'm going to need to improve this road system because, again, that could be impacting my ability. And again, one thing I like to do is I like to make the roads as straight as possible. And it's going to tell me my connection is no longer... And again, you don't want to just click along. You want to sort of, because if you have a bus on this, it'll push it back. Now, again, you might say, hey, that's losing me some money. I think that actually is a bus, so it'll push it back. Because now it's going to take longer, but at least this way. Okay, and we're going to build there. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so that should improve traffic between the two areas. Again, we'll check back on this later. Let's check on my money. Again, this is making 43,000. I was at 105 in terms of the amount. I see some of my trucks leaving. I'm at 146. And I have another truck. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put 3 more things because now I'm getting to the point where I'm running into problems. I'm going to run out of space. So let's put 3 in. Again, 3 might not be enough, but I don't want to have where I'm losing money on the line. Especially at this early stage, you don't want that. So I should probably check on those. This is where the 3, so I'm just going to sort of follow this. Again, traffic's okay. It's a rural road. I do have some concerns here, probably. Okay, good enough. I'm going to have to check on that. And I'm sort of watching those 3. Oops, I'm on the actual thing. I'm at 170. Again, I want to make sure this gets down to below 140, 130. If it's doing that, then it's fine. Else, this is going to fill up, and then I'm going to start losing. I'm basically going to be short on production. Okay, so we're at 136, 137, 140. This one fills up, 128. Okay, so we're at 119. Okay, so that might be good. I'm going to check back on that later. Again, traffic over here is okay. I'm probably going to want to make this a little bigger. Again, let's just check on... I always forget which one this was. I wish instead of the symbols they would actually put what they are, because I'm just looking for the bus. As you can see, there's a lot of traffic that goes through here. Okay, there's my bus stops. Okay, so I can put my ring road through. I think I'll do that now. Let's make this urban and straight. Okay, I want to take out as few buildings as possible. There we go. Okay. And then let's make this. I can afford that. I can afford that. I can afford that. I don't want to do that. Let's again make this a little bit longer. I want to have it as straight as possible without taking out that property. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's good. And then let's make this bigger. Sure. Wow, this is pricey. Probably should have built a ring road there, but it is what it is. No, I don't want to do the whole thing. Let's put it all the way down. Okay. I might actually curl it here. I hate when they auto-build roads. And I know you could shut that off, but I want to build around it so that way I'm not killing buildings. I probably will anyways. And then let's put that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I have my ring road around Lowell. I don't have a traffic problem. It's auto-saving, which is great. It allows me to come over, take a look at this. I'm down to 65. So let's make sure I'm making money. Yeah, I'm making 386,000 off of it. My earnings, I'm at 20 million, so I do have to watch that. And again, that's with all my spending. But I do think I'm on pace, again, to bring this in. This is already at 13, so I might want to look at that. And again, just checking the traffic. Traffic is bunching up here. So I might build another road here just to take off. I don't think it will take it off, but it should help. Let's make it rural. Oops. There we go. No, won't allow me because it's too close to the bridge. Okay. Nope. Let's curl that. There we go. And then hopefully these come out here and sort of link it up, offer additional ways of getting into the city. I'm tempted to put this through, but that'll cost me a lot. And again, we can make another bus route to Winston-Salem. Might as well. Let's just build a 2-lane road out. Actually, let's make it a curve. There we go. And let's put a building. Let's put it there. Why this city? Well, it happens to be the closest one. There we go. There's my bus stop. And I can see traffic's definitely going down here, so I might as well take advantage of that growth. Let's make a new line. So I have my bus stop here, or my bus station there, sorry, my bad. And I have my city in the area. And again, I really should check to see what the population is, but I should be good. Oops, I forgot to label it. So what is that? ICE 02. And that is Hollywood to Winston-Salem. Now, I know some people, what they'll do is they'll actually, hey, let's just extend this line. Don't do that. How the game is, I don't know if it's how the game is set up or if it's a realistic aspect, but by doing that, you're going to run into problems. First of all, Hollywood's your central area, okay? And so by doing that, if you think about it, if you have a city like Toronto, Toronto's your main stopover. If you have a city like New York, now New York's sort of end of the line, but maybe Chicago's a better thing. Chicago is your main stopover, okay? So if you're going east to west, usually you get off a bus and you get on another one, okay? And so it's the same sort of thing. But let's say that Hollywood was not your main stopover. Let's say that was a small town in between Lowell and Winston-Salem. The issue there I find with this is a lot of people, I guess they don't like as long a bus route. They want a direct bus route. I think that's a calculation in Transport Fever 2. I might be totally wrong, but I found that anytime I've run it where a bus will go between more than 2 cities, it won't be as profitable. Okay, and so that's one thing where I would strongly advise you just keep it between 2 cities. That means you're going to have a whole number of bus routes, but then from there you can sort of identify if one's not making money. Hey, this one's not making money. This is the reason why. Anyways, enough of me yapping about that. Let's get a bus on there. So I'm going to buy vehicles. I want a passenger vehicle. I want my GM fishbowl, and I'm going to put that on my ICE 2, and then I'm going to go back and which line. So again, my city line of Hollywood is not making money. Now you might say, well, that's probably because it's full. I don't care. It's not making money. I'm not going to put more buses on it. Okay, there's no reason for that. Okay, and so. Now this one actually is making money, but it's not making that much. Once they get over 100,000, now this one, it's kind of my bread and butter for routes. So I might want to check on there. Also, I might want to check on there because now I have way too many for the amount of wheat going in. And so I'm actually losing money now. I probably put too many trucks on there. But let's deal with ICE first, okay? I'm constantly stocking out in terms of the amount of people who can go on there. So I'm going to stick another one on that ICE route, okay? And again, that'll eventually take care of that. As you can see here, I don't need so many trucks, and so I'm going to pull back the amount of trucks that are working there. Okay, I only need 35 cargo. Let's see which one. Okay, so this guy has wheat. I don't want to take it off of him. Let's see this guy. Okay, I'm going to manage this vehicle, and I am going to send him back to the depot and see how that impacts. And that should impact my profit line where I'm making more money. Now, realistically, I probably want to take more off, but I want to take it off gradually. Okay, this is my number one money maker. Okay, as you can see, this as soon as you start a new bus line, it's going to lose you money right at the very beginning. How big is Winston-Salem now? I should have checked that out before I actually did that, but whatever. Okay, so it's not that far down. Okay. Where's West Corona? Or Covina. Oh. Okay. So that's a little bit further. That's too far. Beaumont. I might be able to get into Beaumont, which would be a good moneymaker, I think. Where's Oklahoma City on this? Oklahoma City's there. What? I can build a bridge across, and I think I'm going to do that as well. Okay. Got to watch this. But let's do that. So let's do a 3-laner. And I'll probably say this one is going to go across. Okay. And then we're going to want to 3 up. Okay, let's check that bridge, make sure it's fast enough in terms of the quality use of the speed, and then from there, yeah, let's just pull it down first. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then we're going to do a curl on it. Eventually we'll probably do it elsewhere, but for now, good enough. And then what we want to do is have our bus running from here to Oklahoma City. Yeah, I probably want it coming out here. I don't think that's going to be the long-term ring road I use, so I will just have that as a country road, a 2-laner, and then from there let's put my... Where would be the center of town? Sort of here, I guess. There we go. So I have my bus, and let's get another line. We'll call this ice 03, and we're going Lowell to Oklahoma City. Okay, and then I want to, oops, let's click on stations to add. So I have my first station. Another thing that people make mistakes on, hey, let's say that these were not on this side. Let's say they were on the other side. Hey, I can stop and have them pick up. No, you don't want to do that. They pick it up from the station, and they go out of the city as quickly as possible. Okay? Intercity Express should not be dealing with city traffic. Okay? I just find it a more efficient way. Again, somebody feel free to argue with me on it. I don't mind. I always like, I believe in Socratic theory, so somebody has a different viewpoint on things. That's great. Okay, so I have my route, and then I just need to get my bus. I'm going to buy another vehicle. Yes, and let's put that on my ICE 3. And now let's check the money of my routes. And this is good. This one here probably could use less of a truck. And you might say, well, I got the trucks, I might as well use them anyways. No, because they're using too much gas. Okay, so I'm going to look for, see if I can click on a truck that's, let me just press pause here. And let me see, I think this is one of my trucks. No, that's a tree. I guess they're all clumped together. Yeah, I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to manage vehicle, and I'm going to say, hey, go back to the depot, don't need you on this line, and then let's go full speed. I should also check out this one. Okay, so, see, this is the problem. I'm already stocking out. So those two are now going to go on my final. And hopefully that will allow me, and I should actually configure this and maximize this. So let's go cargo. Okay, good. And that's at 160. So I'm going to want to check on that going forward, as well as ensure that this is not piling up too much. It's growing, that's a good thing to see. And again, this is nice to see as well. I'm making a ton of money off of that, and it's, again, I could use another bus on there, so I'm going to buy that. And again, whatever your cash cows are, that's going to make, and again, I use the term cash cow, it's a business term, or a business cliche term, referencing what makes you the most money. You really got to take care of that. Now, as you can see, once we get to about 40, 50, 60, at this size, it's going to be a problem. So one of the things I want to do is stick in more transit hubs so that way it'll take more in case I miss it. And again, I also want to sort of watch my traffic. Is my traffic flow bogging down getting into the city? Because I've had a line lose a lot of money because people can't get into the city. Okay, so that's something you need to know. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And that, hopefully that gives me enough room to expand this, or else I'm going to have to rebuild it. And again, if this is really plugged up, I might make a waypoint here. Might even decide to make this longer, because this is still plugging up. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and then again, if the buses don't automatically go this way, because this is the faster way, then the first one might not. Oh, okay, he is, so that's a good thing. Okay. So let's check back again. How's money making? My wheat's making a ton of money. This guy's stocked out, but he's not making as much, so I got to worry about that. My other ice line is full, so I might want to add a second bus to that. Still not making money, still spending more on expansion than I'm making, so I have to be careful of that. That's going to go on ice 2. And again, how's the condition? They're good. Eventually, you have to start thinking about filling those. And cargo, I don't really have any overloads right yet. This would probably be my biggest concern. And it's at 171. And that's, yeah, that's still a problem. So let's click on this guy. We're going to manage him. We're going to send him back to the base. And then from there, road vehicle, we're going to send him to final. And that should help with that. Oops, let's put that on max. Okay, so, and again, this is as maximum as I can extend it, so we need to worry and be watching that. We might need to buy some more trucks to put it on there. Usually once you hit 10 million, you really need to stop expanding and make sure you're making money, I find. That's sort of my sort of area where I just say, yeah, okay, I'm not spending anymore, because then you run into real problems. This is about the time where I cannot buy that bus anymore, so I might buy a few more. Let's buy 3 more of them. Okay, I don't need them yet, but eventually I will. I'll probably regret, because that's a great bus to have until you get, it's an E-bus. It's basically no gas. I like using those, just because it lowers my smog, which long term that's better. And again, wheat, it's making money. Ice, we're not stocking out, so that's good to see. That, well, not really, but it's good to see in terms of we don't need any more buses. Yeah, we're still around 16. This might be growing, though. I'm going to keep an eye on this. And 205, that's a problem. We definitely need another freight. I don't think it has an end date. Yeah. So this one doesn't have an end date, so we're good. We don't have to buy in advance. I'm just going to buy the one, stick it on final, because we're starting to run into problems now where, oh gosh, okay, we need more. I'm going to buy another 2 more of those. Oops. Let's buy 2 more. We're going to stick that on final. We really got to watch that now because, yeah, as you can see, starting to have big problems in terms of we're losing money because we're stocking out on the ability to supply the goods. Okay. Okay, we have our 3 new trucks coming in. I'll see if that makes a dent. I don't want to buy too many trucks because, again, that'll put us in a hole. We're already at 15 million, so we really need to keep in mind. And if that means we lose out because we stock out, which is a really bad thing to do, then so be it. I'm just going to sort of keep an eye on this. We were at 220. Okay, looks like we're okay. I'm going to check back on this later. Really need to start worrying about profits. And again, this one's actually losing money now, so we might just sort of, hey, we're making money on all our routes. That's good. Which one's making the most? And we're starting to build in terms of the amount we have. That's good. Again, we could use another, I think we have another bread place here, and that's already connected via road, so we could place another one and ship it down. I'm thinking of doing that as my next expansion step, but right now my main concern is to sort of focus on this. Again, stay away from boats, stay away from planes. They take a lot of money in order to improve your place. And boats, I never, to be honest, was able to get working for me in terms of making money. Planes, definitely, but that's only between two cities, and that's further on. Trains as well. I find they really only work over long distances between your two biggest towns across the map. So again, they're great to have. Okay, instead of having 20 buses, you have one train. So let's check on city growth. Again, West Covina is good. Oklahoma City's growing. Okay, so we want to check on this. We want to make sure that we don't have infrastructure problems. We may want to see about improving the road infrastructure in here. And you might say, yo, cash. Again, necessary evil if you ask me. At least on the road coming in. Ugh. I may just build a ring road. This is going to cost me too much. I'm tempted. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to build a ring road. What's going on? Okay, it's just, oh, station's overloaded. Curious which one. You might say, you're not turning to it. Yeah, I'm checking other stuff first. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay, so how's this doing? Okay. So what I may want to do is build a station here because this city is growing. Okay. I don't know if I want. See, I kind of have to lose that bus stop because that's going to cause me a problem. And again, city lines are not going to make me that much money. I'm just thinking what to do. For now, I'm going to do what I normally don't do, which is have an intercity line connect. So I'm going to have it manage line. After Lowell Annex, we're going to add a station. Realistically, I don't expect anybody to go there because it's right on the city limits, but we'll see. Maybe I can get a little bit of traffic around. Again, I'm really starting to worry about this 15 million, and again, I want to start paying off that debt. I want to get up to about, I want to get out of debt totally. Let's see how I can efficiently make more money on my lines. Okay, so I'm only 28 to 70. That probably means I still have, it's still empty in spots. No, it's growing. Okay. This one's full though. And it's making me my most amount of money. Actually, it's making more than this one. That's a problem. That has to do with traffic. Or it probably has to do with traffic. No. Ooh, yeah. Damn. Oh, they're getting through. It's getting through quickly enough. Maybe on the way out it's a problem. it's going out the right way. Again, I'm going to have to watch that, because I should be making more money off of that route. Okay, they're not stocking out. Ice 2 could use another bus. So we got one in storage. Let's put it on there. And at this point, it's just about making money. As you can see, I'm earning money. And at this point, I haven't decided yet. I may just fast forward it so you see where I am once I have paid off my debt. But that's really it. As you can see, my lines are making money for the most part. I'm making money. And in terms of fixing the buses, that's still going to be another, 20 years? Usually I fix them when they're bad to very bad. It just depends. And it's really not going to cost me that much. Sell the old ones for scrap, really, and get the new ones. And then from there, build more ice lines, intercity express lines, and go from there. So again, got a place up here. I might build a line there. A few other places. Eventually want to make it down to Beaumont. That's one of the bigger towns. And of course, there's other places as well. I'll take advantage. But kind of gives you an idea of how to make money. As you can see, I'm really starting to rake it in now. And wish there was a faster way of doing this, but at this point it's just really maintaining my lines, making sure I'm making money, sort of checking. Now again, I'm stocking out here, but I'm not making as much money as I was before, so I'm not going to be putting another bus on that line. Yeah, kind of get an idea of that. If you're interested, let me know. I'll put a clip to show you how this town goes. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. My name's Eagle Scream, and that's how to make all your bus lines make money. Thanks for watching. Cheers.